Hey guys, what's going on? This is a video celebrating my 100 subscribers, 101 actually, even though technically it's 99 because I know two accounts. One account is a second account for another person, and another account is a joke account based on me. Thanks, Tim. So, but really, just having 3 digits there is kind of nice, so I figured this would be a good video just to get some things explained and talk about some stuff. YouTube's, for a while now, I've had my time restriction on YouTube raised to 15 minutes, which is cool. So that's a bonus. And maybe I'll do some, when I do vehicle reviews or something, I have enough time to explain about it, or if I do a review on something else, I'll have more time to talk about it. So, fair enough. Anyways, just a few updates with everything. Thanks to everyone who's wanted the link to my book, even though it's getting taken down soon. But another thing I felt I should talk about is I'm actually making a movie. I have been writing, I came up with the movie idea I think 2-3 years ago. I'm not exactly too sure. I'm going to say 2. And I've been working on scripts and planning it for the past said 2 years. The movie is called The Dollhouse, and as girly as it sounds, bear with me, it started as a horror movie and has now turned into a sort of sci-fi horror movie. In a nutshell, 8 soldiers are sent to go kill someone in the woods in this massive forest, and instead they find what seems to be a life-size doll who begins to play with them, as in like kill them and fight them and stuff. And the original idea came to me because I was thinking, I watch a lot of movies where toys are the bad guys, like if you've ever seen Puppet Master, which is a good sort of B horror movie franchise. Then you have Child's Play, which I'm not too big on. Even I find Chucky more funny than I do scary. And then like Small Soldiers, etc. Like, who doesn't love Small Soldiers? That was one of my favorite movies as a kid. But anyways, the moral, what I was aiming for is I find dolls to be extremely creepy, but at the same time, there's like really good stories about them that I've seen before. And I was just kind of thinking, like, wouldn't it be cool to do a life-size killer one? And life-size is in like it's a real person, but she's the sort of personification of a life-size killer doll. And you know, I've shown the script to my teachers. I've shown it to many friends. I've got people on board to do it. I've got about actually 90% of the actors figured out. Filming locations, that's done. I have an editor, which is good. One of my best friends is doing music and special effects, which is good, and he's also acting in it. I wrote the script, and I'm most likely going to be producing the shit out of it. So, in a nutshell, yeah, I'm doing I say that a lot, in a nutshell, when really none of this is in a nutshell. Sorry about that. Basically, yeah, so I'm making a movie as well, which is kind of cool, and that's one of the reasons I went and did art in school, is because I wanted to learn to tell stories better, because that's what I want to do with my life. In fact, it's the only thing I've ever really been good at. But the reason I want to do art is I find making illustrations for things and animations it completely just amazes me. And I grew up watching nothing but animated movies and cartoons and just sci-fi shows and just all these fascinating stories, and then learning about how they make it and how they come up with it just blows my mind. And I seriously cannot see myself doing anything else with my life, so it's one of the main reasons I like Star Wars, because, especially the original trilogy, because it's all model making, it was all concept art. I mean, so was the prequel trilogies in terms of the latter, but more or less the animatronics and the puppetry and the miniatures always. I am such a few of you know this, I'm a huge fan of miniature sets in film, like the Godzilla films. Let's just cut right to the chase. Gary Anderson. I don't know if it's Jerry or Gary, someone can correct me on it, but I love Thunderbirds, I love Stingray, Captain Scarlet. Like, I haven't seen too much of Captain Scarlet, I've seen chunks of Stingray. but I have the entire Thunderbirds TV show on DVD. So like it used to be on late night here, and it was so good. So I'm getting a little off topic here, but really, I'm making this movie and this book because I want to create things. I want to illustrate them. I like, I guess, breathe life into them, if you will. I want to be good at telling stories. In fact, I really just want to tell stories. So this is kind of weird for a 100 subscriber video, but I suppose since there are technically 100 of you watching, I should describe a little more about myself and my interests. Yeah, in terms of like creativity and stuff, most if not all of my close friends are big into the same things, big into creating things. My buddy Tim, he's big into movies. I know he wants to go to school for it. My buddy Mike, he's one of the reasons I started getting a lot into filmmaking and the process behind it, because that's what he went to school for. My buddy Jeff, the same thing. Just a lot of everyone I hang out with is just very creative in their own way. So the reason, that's the reason I did art school, because I really want to get better at drawing, because art just blows my mind, and if you can make a living off it, that'd be cool. But to really cut to the chase here, the one thing I've always been fascinated by is manga, which is Japanese comics and graphic novels. I do like Western comics. I'm not that big into Marvel or DC. I do prefer DC. If I was asked, I think my favorite superhero is definitely Batman. I'm not too big into Marvel. I mean, I watch the movies and I like them, and sometimes I see the shows on TV, but I don't read the comics at all. DC as well. Sometimes I'll maybe read one or two, and that's it. I do like Watchmen. I own Watchmen. That was a great read. So, rambling on here, I really like manga, and if anyone knows me, they know my favorite manga is One Piece, created by Ichiro Oda. I'll leave a link below to the Wikipedia article about it if you want to know more about it. Said about it twice. I've always been really into manga because One Piece, for example, along with the other two big series, Naruto and Bleach, if you've heard of them, are really long-spanning stories with tons of characters, tons of different like themes and arts, like same art style, but they seem to like contrast and develop upon one another as the story goes on. Like the designs for all three are really cool. I want to make a big epic story like that, and I have two. I've been writing one since I was in the 6th grade. That was at least 10 plus years ago. And I've been writing another one for I think another 6, I want to say maybe 4 years. Just to like kind of put out there what I wanted to do. The first series I did since grade 6 is called Metal War, and it is the definitive mecha story, like robots, Gundam, Macross, all that stuff. Like it is the mixed with a whole bunch of fantasy, sci-fi, even a bit of horror, there's romance, comedies, like all these elements mixed into one, but generally it is mecha genre sci-fi. And that is my huge, huge story. And my second big story is Franken-Cakestein. It's a horror, it started as horror themed, but it's definitely more horror adventure with comedy in it, and it's a huge, huge story, and all this stuff is in my head. I have no idea how to like tell anyone really about it. I have so much written down for it, but I don't know if any of you have been through that, where you have creative things like that. And how all this ties into reviewing is, I guess it helps me get my voice out there and getting used to talking to the camera and everything. I mean, I love Star Wars. I love collecting like figures for various lines, and like I like the designs that go into them, etc., etc. But with all these stories I want to do and all these reviews I want to do, I really just want to be creative, I guess. I guess that is the definitive way to sum this whole video up. And following that, that's why I'm thanking all of you for subbing, because it means a lot. And here's to another 100, and then another 100, and because the more people watching is the more I get my voice out there, and the more, one of the most important things is the more friendships I've made, because out of that pool of 100, apart from my best friends I hang out with every day, I have really good friends now online, which is just phenomenal. So, alright, I'm beginning to run out of time here, so I know I have 4 minutes, but I want to try to make this short and sweet, which I haven't. So, again, I want to thank all of you for subscribing. Hopefully I'll have some more videos soon, and I want to thank Jake Rapoza for being subscriber number 100. I'm going to leave a link to his channel below. You all go check him out. Congratulations to Star Wars fan Tommy for hitting a 200 same day I hit 100. So I have some catching up to do, I guess. But whatever. I mean, anyways, it's not about that. It's about the friendships, I think, which is the most important. So hopefully, expect a video soon. I might do more videos talking about these stories I want to make. I'm not too sure, but let's just keep it into the Star Wars frame right now. So I might have a vehicle review coming soon, but until then, as always, keep collecting. May the Force be with you.